Right, now then my friends, before we start, I'd like to make it entirely clear, crystal clear, that I am a huge fan of Porsche. I love Porsche. I love the brand. I love everything about the brand. And let's be honest, if you're going to have the ultimate sports car, it's a 911. Everybody aspires to having and owning a 911. And then along come the government and say, hang on a minute, you can't have petrol and diesel cars anymore. You've now got to have battery operated cars that are a little bit like a larger scaled version of a scale electric. And then the motor manufacturers are pushed into making these electric cars and having to do them quickly before 2035, when they phase out petrol and diesel cars because of their green agenda. Now let's be honest, the politicians' green agenda, they're green. The only green that they're interested in is the green that is in their bank accounts, the green that is making them money. That's right, the green, you know, greenbacks, money. Because let's be honest, they're not honest. So where are we going with this? Right, well, a while ago Porsche sent out a letter to every Porsche Taycan owner stating, don't park your car next to your house because it could set fire. Additionally, until the inspection has been completed, we would advise you not to charge the vehicle undercover and or to ensure the vehicle is not parked adjacent to or under buildings, kind of thing. Then they withdrew that letter, but I got it on camera. However, then they sent out another letter stating that there was an issue with the battery on the Porsche Taycan and it could short circuit. So they said they were going to do a software update on the battery. Here's a copy of the letter, look. It says WRS0 workshop campaign checking high voltage battery cell modules and installing battery diagnostic software. Dear Mr. Davey, Porsche AG continuously monitors its vehicles on the market as part of its product monitoring. Cases have come to light in which a short circuit within the high voltage battery has occurred in vehicles of the Taycan type, subsequently causing the vehicle to catch fire. That always concerns me, a software update to rectify a hardware issue. Now it's the battery that is at issue here. Porsche don't make batteries. You know, it's not I think it's you'll have to let me know in the comment section. Is it LG or Samsung battery that's in the Taycan? I don't know. Don't quote me on that. Pop it in the comment section below. However, they said they need to put a software update on it, and also in that time don't charge your car above 80% because it could set fire and short circuit, etc., and things like that. So people haven't been charging their Taycan past 80%. I've kind of ignored it. So, you know, because otherwise if I didn't charge it to past 80%, I wouldn't get to where I need to go. I digress here, just bear with me, right? Because they've also sent out another letter now, which I've seen on the Porsche Taycan forums, and people are not impressed, because what they said was that the first quarter of 2025 they would put a software update on the car that will rectify this issue so that you can charge past 80% and it won't, hopefully, short circuit. So I'm going to read you that letter. I'm going to give you a bit of an update, and also I'm going to let you know some of the comments. I'll have to blur out their names of what they've said on the Porsche Taycan forums. But I want you to do me a favour before we roll the intro, right? I want you to subscribe to the channel, give us a thumbs up and share this video, because this is not really about Porsche. This is about the government pushing the people and the motor manufacturers into electric cars when really that's not what we want. Nobody wants it, nobody asked for it, yet the government are pushing people into it. And we all know it's about the green, isn't it? It's about the green. So hit the subscribe, give us a thumbs up. Now, without further ado, my friends, let's go. Right, okay my friends, so I'm just heading off to the services to charge my car. I'm at 15% of battery, 33 miles of range left, and I need to go and charge up. Now, as I said, they advise you at the moment only to charge to 80% and not past 80% until this software update has been issued in the first quarter of 2025. However, they've now sent a letter out, or started to send letters out to Taycan owners stating that it isn't going to be the first quarter of 2025. There's a bit of a delay. I'm going to read you the letter when I pull over and charge. Now, I can't charge my car just up to 80%. I drive sometimes 200 odd miles, you know, 300 miles in a go. I do it a lot of mileage. So to charge to 80% would only probably get me 120 miles or whatever, 130 miles of range. That's no good for me. I can't keep stopping to keep charging the car and messing around. I want to charge it fully and go. I mean, come on, fully charged. You know, that's what we need to be, fully charged. So anyway, come on, onwards. I mean, this car has had more recalls than Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I'll be back.
It's unbelievable. But as I say, it's the battery that is the issue here. And it's not just Porsche that use this battery. I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, I know you will do, I believe that Jaguar used the same batteries as Porsche. And they've had recalls, they've had issues with their cars as well. It's not just Porsche in general, and it really winds me up to see the government pushing the motor manufacturers down the route of having to manufacture electric cars when they don't drive them themselves. As I've said a million times, they're being driven around in gas-guzzling Range Rovers, and you'll see people sticking up for them going, I think you're fine, that's because they've got, you know, armor proofing or whatever and bulletproof glass and it's too heavy. So what's going to happen then in the future when they have to drive electric cars? What, they're going to be you know, they're not going to have any of that, they're going to be at danger. What a load of cobblers. Honestly, it really is all about the green, and that's all it is. They will be, in my opinion, benefiting from all this, and we need to put a stop to it. And I have done my very best to highlight the downfalls of electric cars while owning this Porsche Taycan over the almost 4 years that I've actually had it. Now, Porsche have done an excellent job in producing a car that I believe looks the most beautiful electric car on the road. When they brought out the concept of it, which was the Mission E, and then produced it into the Taycan, it actually looked pretty much similar to the Mission E. And when people do these beautiful concept cars and they come out, they never ever look like that. You have to admit, they don't look like that. They look awful. They look nothing like it whatsoever. But with the Taycan, it did. It looked like that concept car. And the new Taycan that they brought out, I will admit, I test drove it, I did a video on it, and I believe that now it's like a newer version of the iPhone. They've bettered it, they've made it a lot better. But the issue still comes down to the fact of battery technology. And battery technology, we know, is not there yet. And I don't personally think it ever will be. It'll take years and years. So why are we pushing? Why are the politicians pushing electric cars onto us when they ultimately know it won't work? Jeff buys cars.
Master,
How are you?
I'm very well on this fine sunny day.
Right, well, it's not sunny up north. Now, first of all, I'm coming down to see you. This is Jeff Buys Cars. By the way, if you don't know who Jeff Buys Cars is, then where have you been? Subscribe to him. I'll put his link at the end. I'm going to see you. I'm coming to see you tomorrow, aren't I?
You are. You're coming to see the progress on my motorhome.
That's it, on your motorhome, and you will see that on a future video, my friends. Have you got a sausage for me as well?
I'm going to have a very big and very chunky sausage for you, because tomorrow you are reviewing Worcestershire's only restaurant where I'm the chef. I'm going to cook for you at the motorhome. I'm going to make you a sausage sandwich that you won't believe.
The best sausage sandwich in the world.
In Worcestershire.
In Worcestershire. Now then, on a serious note, I'm going to charge up in a minute. Porsche have sent out a letter. I've said before, they sent out a letter to state that there was an issue with the battery. Remember, it could short circuit, don't park it next to your house, etc. But they're coming out with a software update in the first quarter of 2025.
Good. So don't charge at your house until then?
Well, only charge up to 80% until then, and don't park it near your house. Although they did withdraw that letter. I think that's after Porsche UK. Hi Porsche UK, because we know that you're watching. I think they withdrew that letter then to say don't park it near your house, and changed and reworded it, which I've got both letters. However, I've not had an issue with Porsche. I've said it's the motor manufacturers being railroaded into this by the government. It's not Porsche, let's be honest. If you want the ultimate sports car, it is
a BMW. No, I mean a proper Porsche with a proper petrol engine. But the other thing as well is, so they're saying don't charge above 80%, and you have to charge when you get to 20%. So you've only got 60 or 40% of your battery that you can actually use. And another thing, Volvo have just said the same thing to their customers: be careful with charging the plug-in hybrids. And Ford have told their customers to be careful when charging their Cougar. So basically it's everyone.
Right. Well, now they've sent out a letter, Porsche have now. I haven't got the letter yet, but on the forums a lot of people have. They've now said they won't be getting the software update until the second quarter of 20. What are we in? I've lost what year we're in. The second quarter of this year, 2020. I've lost year. 2025, isn't it?
We're in 2025, Lee. 2025. 2025, I think, is the final one. I think that this year we have to defeat the final boss and then we complete the game.
That's it. So they haven't. They haven't got the software yet. What worries me though is, and I'm sure people will agree here, a software update, right, to rectify a hardware issue.
I don't know about all this, because I don't have software updates on any of my cars. You just get in, turn the key, they just work.
I've said on here, because I know Porsche UK will be watching, I have it on good authority that they watch the videos. I love Porsche. When the Mission E come out, this car looked like the Mission E, and they've made a fantastic electric car. But the issue is the technology. They're fighting against a technology that isn't ready yet, and I'm not sure it ever will be, because it's down to the batteries.
Do you know what letter would be the best letter that Porsche Taycan owners could receive, right? It would say, "Dear customer, we apologise for giving you a car that is absolutely beautiful with a drivetrain that doesn't work. Please drop it off at your local dealership where we will fit our latest V6 twin-turbo engine, and all of your problems will be resolved."
I've said, let's be honest, the ultimate sports car is a 911. Worldwide, hands down, 911. What are you going to do? What are you going to do when they've got to? Oh well, you've got to take the petrol engine out of the 911, and you've got to replace it with batteries. Come on.
It's not going to happen. So tomorrow, Worcestershire's leading sausage restaurant. I'll see you in the morning. Breakfast is on. I've also, as well, I've got a surprise for you tomorrow.
Yeah, that worries me, because the last surprise ended up as an old Volvo on my ex-wife's drive.
Well, I tried to do that again, but you said you weren't around. I've got an amazing car that I was going to get delivered to you this week, which your viewers would have found hilarious, but you're not there, so I won't do that. But this is a slightly different surprise, so you'll have to wait and see what I've got up my sleeve tomorrow.
Right, okay, well, send me your address. I will be down probably about 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning, first thing, for your sausage sandwich.
All right, Fair enough. That is bloody early. That's hardly even a time, but we can make that work because it's sunny.
Well, maybe 9 then. Let's say 9, because I've got about an hour and a half to 2 hours, and I've got to drive to Ipswich, and I'm taking these guys with me. So there we go. Right, I was
going to say 7:30 in the morning. No, that's a late night. That's not an early morning.
It is a late night.
You know, I'm a night owl. I like to work all through the night. So 7:30 is bedtime.
Yeah.
All right, we'll see you. Let's call it 8:30, 9 o'clock for a sausage and a surprise.
That's it. Well, I'm driving at 55 in the slow lane, or the inside lane. It's not a slow lane, because I've got to pull over now and charge my car because I'm at 11%, and I've got to do that now. But I can't charge it past 80% just in case it sets on fire.
You enjoy standing around at a crappy service station while you charge your car, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Catch you later, Jeff Buys Cars.
Bye.
See you later, bye. Right, here we go, Woolly Edge Services. Right, milk float off. Got Bob the Builder playing on the radio there. I just dropped my lad off to school. Right, let's get charged up, then I'll read you this letter from Porsche, and also a few of the comments from Porsche Taycan owners who've received the letter, and what they think about it. So come on. Right, I believe this one works with my Porsche charging card, which I have to pay a membership for, and then I get cheaper electricity. So let's plug it in. Okay, pull this down here. Just bear with me, and then I'll read you this letter. This is what you've got to do when you own an electric car. Right, now, what do I do there? Just tap my card. Right. Membership cards here. What is it doing? It's clicking. That's a good sign when it clicks. Preparing to charge. We're connecting to your vehicle. Okay, come on. It's 9:17, by the way. Take note. Come on, preparing to charge. We're connecting to your vehicle. Clicking. It's clicking. When you hear the clicking sound on the charger, then you know that's a good sign. Charging using 100% net zero energy, and we're at 10%. Look at these bank of chargers with no one on them, look at that. And there's some up there, by the way, that's been out of use for the last few weeks and not been fixed. Grid serve, pull your finger out and get them fixed, will you? Right, let's get into this. So, as I said before, Porsche sent out a letter saying that don't park your car near the building. We've gone through all that now. They said that there was going to be a software update at the first quarter of 2025. Now I know what year it is, and it says, this is the letter: we previously contacted selected Taycan owners to advise of a potential short circuit of the high voltage battery, the need for vehicle inspection, and pending release of a software update relating to vehicles on board high voltage battery diagnostics. As the registered keeper of the above vehicle, we are contacting you to advise on a delay in the release of this software, and contrary to our original announcement, the software will no longer be available in the first quarter of 2025, with the optimized battery diagnostic software now expected to be available in the second half of 2025. We regret the delays in the software release and assure you that we will do everything we can to provide the software as quickly as possible. In the meantime, it is important that you continue to follow our advice detailed below. What are we going to do? Question mark. Our network will continue to complete the required 60-day inspections detailed below, and we will inform you immediately of the availability of the optimized battery diagnostic software. So basically you're going back every 60 days to check that it's okay to your local Porsche dealer. What should you do? Until the optimised battery diagnostic software has been installed on your vehicle, our current recommendation is to temporarily charge the high voltage battery to a maximum of 80%. Don't let it go below 20% either. So there we go, you've not got a lot of battery, have you? This minimises the risk of a short circuit within a high voltage battery and at the same time protects the battery. In addition, it is still necessary to have the high voltage battery reviewed every 60 days in your Porsche centre. So every 60 days you've got to send your car back and drop it in and get them to check it. We very much regret that the circumstances associated with this issue for you. If you have any questions before carrying out this action, please do not hesitate to contact your Porsche centre for assistance. I do feel really sorry for Porsche because they are a fantastic company who manufacture amazing cars, and the best Porsche car ever, the 911, the best sports car ever, the 911. Anyway, let's get down to some of the comments here. It says, welcome, these are comments from the people on this forum, which is a Facebook forum. Welcome to the unpredictable and unreliable world of the Taycan. And then somebody's put, I obviously misunderstood when they told me it was going to be like a roller coaster. And you've got another comment here. I wouldn't acknowledge I've had the letter. It forces you into some liability if something does happen. And then another one, too late for that in my case. I wrote to them earlier to ask what additional compensation they were going to provide. I look forward to my canned response, denying any liability in due course. And then another comment here. I was originally in the remote monitoring group but got moved to the 60-day inspection group recently. The dealer can't get me in for 2.5 months, so the reality of monitoring every 60 days is non-existent. The dealer also told me after the first check, which is in May, they couldn't fit me in to do another check until the end of August. Good grief. Starting to sound like they have a lot more poorly Taycans than personnel to look at them. Yep, same here. Now I've obviously blurred out the names and the profile pictures. Does anyone else's car randomly get stuck initializing when charging since they sent out a forced update? I'm going to say I haven't had that issue so far, touch wood. Have been able to charge flawlessly for the past 3 years, and now it's become Russian roulette. Me too. It's ruined charging after return from dealer. I'm recording videos on the issue. I believe it's had the OTA, which is over the air, is it update or something? Anyway, OTA videos on it. I believe it's for the OTA 6 update. Got the DVLA letter today through too. Mess. And then another one here. Glad mine's going back in 2 months, and hopefully it won't explode before then. They won't pick up the car, takes around 2 hours to check the battery and receive the results. Shambles. I've just ignored it all, to be honest. Me too. And I'm going to be honest, so have I. I haven't got time to mess around taking it into a Porsche dealer and then them saying, oh, you know, we can't get you in for that time, we're busy, blah, blah, blah. Having said that, Porsche leads have been really good. When I took my car in for some issue the other week, they actually did it at the same time, so I'm going to say Porsche leads, 2 thumbs up. So there we go. That's the update, a little update. I mean, it really is a matter of life and death, isn't it, this letter that we've had from Porsche. And as I say, it's not the dealership's fault, it's not the car manufacturer's fault, it's the government's fault for pushing the motor manufacturers and the public into having electric cars. So do me a favour, share the video on Facebook, give us a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button, and let's just put a stop to this ridiculous, stupid madness of the governments pushing their green agenda, because that's what they're bothered about. Green money, and that's all they're bothered about. So share the video, give us a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next one. I'll let you know what the charging is in a minute. I'm going to go and get a coffee. That's what EV owners do, isn't it? They get coffee. Come on. Well, I'll see you in a minute. Don't go anywhere and I'll tell you basically what it's cost if you're interested. Right, so I've had a coffee, I've had a sausage cob, and we've been charging for about 45 minutes now. So I'm going to head back, unplug it. I'm not sure whether it's going to show up automatically on how much it's actually cost me. So let's head back to the car and get it unplugged. Right, we're at 97%. So let's press this. It should. It says to stop press. Your charge is stopping. Unplug that and pop this back. Right, back in the car. Right, okay, let's have a quick look, see whether it's shown up actually what that's cost me. Do you know what? I look at people charging and I'm the same. I'm one of them. No, I'm not one of them, one of us. But you know, I'm one of them people sat there charging and waiting around. It's like, has nobody who's got an electric car, have they not got anything better to do than sit around? Right, let's open up the Porsche charging app. And it should tell me I've got 218 miles of range, 97% of battery. I've not even got 100%. Should only be charging to 80 though, remember. So naughty. Porsche will probably invalidate my warranty now. It's 7 minutes past 10. If I go into charging service, it should tell me what that's actually cost me now, and it's not come up yet. So what I will do is, let me try and refresh it. I will put it over the screen here now because it'll come up, and so I won't know what it's actually cost me to charge my car until about another hour. So I'll put it on screen there. You'll be able to see what that's actually cost me to put that little bit of charge in there, which I think got me, what, 200 miles or just under 200 miles. So that's what it cost me using my Porsche charging card at GridServe. Now, do me a favour, my friends. I need you to, as I say, hit the subscribe button, share this video out on social media. Let's put an end to this absolute madness. I'm hoping by me having electric cars actually proves to people that it's not the future and that we're being had and made a joke of, and also the motor dealers and the motor manufacturers are being made a fool of by the government's left charging port open. Oops, I think I might have left it open. Wait there, don't go anywhere. Let them park, I don't want it to run away. It's not open. It wasn't open. Gone off now anyway, but it wasn't open. Yeah, it's not the actual motor manufacturers, not the motor dealers, it's the governments who are only interested in their green agenda, green being money. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye. Oh, by the way, if you're still there, the only good thing I love about electric cars is the torque on them. It's insane. Other than that, it is missing the sound, isn't it, of a nice 911 engine. Come on. Here we go. I'll show you the acceleration on here to get onto the motorway. Good grief, there's holes in the road. Right, I'm going to accelerate in a minute and you will see what I mean about the acceleration and torque on an electric car. But it's just not got the engine sound. Here we go. I mean, it is quick, but it sounds like a washing machine on a high spin, doesn't it? Like when, you know, at night when you're asleep and that whole house is quiet and you've got that whir of the washing machine on. That's what an electric car's like.